Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be doing my makeup on camera, so let's get started. I'm going to take this Rimmel London foundation in the shade Almond and I'm going to dab it all over my face. I've already put on primer. I use the Maybelline Baby Skin makeup primer, and I'm going to list everything for you in the description box down below. So I'm blending in my foundation with a damp beauty blender. What I like to do is run my beauty blender under warm water and then squeeze all the water out so it leaves it damp. I just find this blends my foundation in seamlessly. So I'm dabbing it in. You don't want to wipe it off, just dab it into your skin so the foundation will blend into your skin. So I'm going to take this LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn, and I'm going to use that as my eyeshadow primer. I still haven't found an eyeshadow primer, so I'm still using concealer. I'm going to dab that all over my eyelid, and I'm going to leave it until it gets tacky. Then I'm going to go in with the same concealer, and I'm going to apply it on my nose and under my eye, as well as above my lip and on my chin, just to highlight these areas. So I'm going to take a brush and blend out the concealer on my eyes. My concealer tends to crease, so I do this a couple of times before I can actually apply the eyeshadow. You don't want to apply eyeshadow on creased concealer. I'm going to go in with the same damp beauty blender and I'm going to blend out my concealer. I'm dabbing it in gently, as you can see, and I'm dragging it out, going past my eyebrows so it can give my face that sleek, sucked in look, you know, snatched, honey. So I'm blending and blending and blending away. I want that concealer to sit nicely. Just dab, 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 dab your beauty blender. Don't wipe it off. If you've noticed, I haven't highlighted my forehead. I feel like my makeup looks funny when I've highlighted my forehead, so I hardly ever do. Don't forget to blend the concealer into those lines by your nose. You know, make sure you get the product to go into those crease lines. So I like to go in with a brush just to get rid of the lines. Get rid of the lines and blend them into the skin so you can't really see where my concealer starts or ends. Then I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Espresso, and I'm going to be using that to contour my face. I'm going to dab it on my cheeks, where my contour goes. And then I like to dab a bit on my nose, just to contour my nose. And on just in front of my hairline, I like to do that as well, just to add a bit of warmth and depth to my face. Then I'm going to blend out my contour with this Real Techniques contour brush. Just dab it in, like, until I can't see any harsh lines. Blend it in as much as I possibly can. So as you can see, my contour is very subtle, but I don't like harsh contours. If you like a harsh contour, then you can add or make it a bit more visible with powder. But I like my contours to be very subtle. I like my makeup subtle. It's always for subtle looks. when I've blended enough, then I like using this Real Techniques brush for contouring my nose. I also don't really like my nose contour to be like defined or whatever, but I think this is sufficient. I like the way my nose contour turns out when I use this brush and the LA Girl concealer. For setting my makeup, I'm going to use this Yardley translucent powder, and I'm not really baking. I don't like baking under my eyes because it makes that area look dry and I look kind of dead like a corpse because it becomes ashy. So I use the damp beauty blender and I put on the powder and I immediately blend it out. Now I'm going to sculpt my face with the same powder and then dust it off with a powder brush. Like I said, I don't like the ashiness that comes up with baking. For eyeshadow, I'm going to be using this palette from Makeup Revolution, and I'm going for a subtle look, so I'm going to use browns. Unfortunately, the colors are not labeled, so I couldn't exactly tell you what shades I used, but it all comes from that one palette. Now, I'm not an eyeshadow expert. I'm still learning my shadows, but I'm just going to show you how I do my eyeshadow looks. I'm using this darker shade of brown, and I am sort of trying to pack the color into my crease there and at the end of my eye. I am packing the color and then I am blending out with circular motions just so the color can get blended and I don't have any harsh lines. So I'm going in with a lighter shade of brown to blend out the edges and to make sure I don't have any harsh lines. I'm going in between the brushes, so I interchange between the brushes that I used. I am still blending out the edges of my eyeshadow, and when I feel it's enough, I'm going to take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color FAWN, and I'm going to use a flat brush, and I'm trying to do a cut crease. Once I'm done putting the concealer on my crease, I'm going to go in again with that light brown towards my inner lid, and I'm just going to put some of that product there. I'm going to use the very light shade from the palette on my inner eye, and then I'm going to blend out the product. and just blend out. Keep blending out until you are satisfied with your blend. Now I've done my other eye off camera, and I'm taking this Beauty Treats palette and I'm going to use the brown shade for my contour. I'm going to take this MAC powder in the color dark, and I'm going to buff my makeup onto my face. So I just like to use a little bit of powder, just buff so everything comes together and I can get rid of whatever lines I may have missed and didn't blend. I'm using a buffing brush from Real Techniques. To set my makeup, I'm going to use this MAGIX setting spray from AVON. Just shake it and then just spray all over your face. And then comes my favorite part, the glow. I'm using the Makeup Revolution highlighting palette, and I'm just going to add highlighter. I don't use blush. I'm not really a blush girl, so I just go in with my highlighter and I'm giving my cheeks that glow. I go in with the very same highlighter just above my lip on my Cupid's bow, and then I'm going to add the highlighter to my nose and the bridge of my nose as well, lightly, because I like and I want my makeup to be subtle. So I'm going to take a brush and then a smaller brush, a fluffy brush, and I'm going to put some of that highlighter on my brow bone just to give it a bit of shimmer. I'm going to put on lashes off camera, and now I'm lining my lips with the Essence KAJAL pencil in brown. Now I smudge it. I'm going to apply this Garcier gloss. I will put the shade in the description box down below. Then to make my lips more glossy, I'm going to go in with the Essence Clear Lip Gloss, and I'm just going to put that on top of the Garcier, mainly on my bottom lip. And that is it. My makeup is done. I'm just going to put on a wig to give you a final look. So unfortunately the sun went down and I lost light. This is the final look. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share, and I will see you in my next video.